Hi everyone. Before I start the video today, I would like to read 4 sentences to you, and I would like you to tell me whether they're grammatically correct or not. Okay? Number 1, he always be late. Number 2, I am knowing that I'm right. Number 3, I went to hospital last night. And number 4, the last one, the coin don't have no say. The reason that I'm making this video today because lately I watched some videos about some foreigners. They say that Vietnamese people often make these mistakes when they speak English, and it's wrong. It's kind of annoying. So let's come back to the sentences. Do you think that they're right or wrong? I think they all sound a bit off to you, right? But let me tell you this. Number 1, he always be late. It's African English. Number 2, I am knowing that I'm right. It's Indian English. Number 3, I went to hospital last night. It's British English. Maybe not the standard one, not the standard variety, but British people, some British people do say that. And number 4, the coin don't have no say. It's obviously wrong according to standard American English. But it's actually from a movie called No Country for Old Men. That's how Texas people use English, at least in the movie. So some foreigners in some YouTubers, some foreign YouTubers, in their videos, they say that Vietnamese people often make those annoying or silly mistakes, such as we use the word fighting to cheer for someone, or we use the word traffic incorrectly, or vocabularies. But the thing is that what they don't know is that there is no one right way to speak English. It might be wrong according to standard American English, but let me tell you this. English doesn't belong to anyone, especially not some white American dudes. Everyone can change English. And if enough people use English in a certain way, it will become a variety. So what really distinguishes a mistake and a variety, a certain way of speaking English in a variety, is the number of people that use that variety. So if only you use English that way, it doesn't match with any system, then it's a mistake. But if enough people use it, if everyone around you, everyone in the community use English in that way, then it's a variety. And when it's a variety, it's not wrong anymore. This is about sociolinguistics. It's about prestige and bias. So some varieties, they bear more power and more prestige than others. So some varieties are considered correct, are considered more right than the others. But the truth is that every variety is equal. Whether it's a mistake or not, it depends on the context. So if that's how Vietnamese people use English, then it's not wrong. In Vietnam, that's the way it is. But if you go to America and use English in that way, it might be wrong. So right now, I don't think we have such a thing called Vietnamese English variety, but why not in the future? 50 years ago, there was no such thing as Singaporean English, but now there is. So in the next 50 years, I don't see no reason why there won't be something called Vietnamese English. So I have a message for the Vietnamese community that is learning English is that be flexible, but also be confident in the way that you use English. So to some American people, our way of speaking English might be wrong, but be confident that we will develop our variety in the future, and our variety doesn't have to conform to their variety. No, we can change English, we can modify English, we can coin new words, we can give new meanings to words. That's totally fine. But in some contexts, you might need to conform. And for example, when you travel abroad, when you write some emails to some foreigners, when you're in an academic setting, you may need to conform to the standard variety. But in an informal setting, such as when you talk to your friends, when you go out with your friends, you can use English in a way that makes sense to you and to other people. That's how that's how language changes and develops over time. And to the foreigners that think that we use English incorrectly and that annoys you, you find it silly, let me tell you this. Again, English doesn't belong to anyone. It is not yours, and you don't have the right to judge our English. Maybe if you find it annoying, if you find it silly, maybe you should take a sociolinguistic class, or you should travel more to other parts of the world to broaden your horizon, maybe to England, and to tell the people there that the way that they're using English is wrong. Why don't you do that? I find it so ignorant that you think that your way of speaking English is the only correct way. For example, you say that we use the word fighting is wrong, or you don't have the word walking street in your English, but we do in our English. And maybe it's time for you to know that you can learn one or two things about English as well, even if you're a native speaker. Okay, everyone, as always, thank you for watching my video, and see you next time.